now, and we know that we see the potential in the future of Arkansas football. But I mean, I guess the question is against defenses like Alabama and LSU, can Arkansas? There's no question about Arkansas defense, but can they defensively do enough, slow teams down enough to quote unquote outscore them? Because it seems like in some ways, even though Arkansas is physical, that is still what they have to do. How do you think they stack up against the Alabamas and the LSU's of the SEC, and even things like Mississippi State who put a quality squad together?
Well, this year this defense will be the best that Coach Creel's had since we've been in Fayetteville. They were rated the 36th best defense in the country last year. If you go by stats, I'll be very, very surprised if they're not a top 20, even a possibly top 15 defense nationally. The front seven is very strong. In addition of Robert Thomas, junior college defensive lineman from Coffeyville, Kansas, is really big. He's a very athletic, big, strong defensive tackle type. It's very, very difficult to boot. Very athletic. He made a move in one of those spring practices that you just don't see very often for a 320-pound guy. The offensive lineman went low and he just pushed him down and just jumped right over him, and it just in an instant, it just stunned me how well he moves. But he's exceptionally strong. He's a guy that you're going to have to account for. You may have to double team him, and then you have Byron Jones, who played a lot as a true freshman. He's going to be better next year. And T.D. Jones, another high-quality defensive lineman, and Jay Beckett. But defensively, they're going to be an SEC type, high-level team. So I think that they can win some games where the offense only scores 17, 20 points. They're not going to have to score to 30 points or whatever on a consistent basis to win. I'll be very, very surprised if the defense is not, at a top level.
Well, Nick brought up Mississippi State. Arkansas plays Mississippi State and New Mexico in Little Rock this season for their two games in Little Rock. Talk about that venue. Is it still a popular thing to play a couple games out of the season in Little Rock, and also Texas A&M at Jerry's World in Dallas? How big is that game, A&M? Because I think it's I think it started a few years ago, and I think it's believe since 1903 Arkansas has played them from 1934 to 91. They played every year until Arkansas moved to the SEC. Talk about the A&M games that are still a big buzz around there.
Yeah, the A&M game is huge. Obviously, whenever you gets the teams together, the Southwest Conference phones, it's good for recruiting the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and even it's the entire state of Texas, because everybody's talking about that game that week and afterwards, after the game. So I know the Arkansas fans love it, that the A&M fans that both turn out very well for that game, and the Arkansas fans just feel like that Dallas is an extension of Arkansas, because they've had the history of going to Southwest Conference basketball tournaments and dominating the crowds, and they've always showed up in force for that game in Dallas, and they will continue to do that. But it could potentially have two top 10 teams this year if Arkansas gets by Alabama. Arkansas will be a top 5 team if they somehow go into Tuscaloosa and be able to beat Alabama. But then A&M could be a top 10 team. So this could be the best matchup since. So Arkansas loves the idea of being able to play in that venue, and they sell it in recruiting too.
Well, what about
speaking of Arkansas and A&M playing and expectations of top 10 teams in Alabama and whatnot, just the whole thing you just brought up? One of the big things that Dan and I like to do on our website is we make preseason predictions like, Athlon and everybody else, and a lot of that, comes down to which bowl game are you going to and how well you're going to do and that sort of thing. And it seems as though to me that you got Alabama, LSU, and Arkansas kind of in a three-horse race, not only just to win the West, but possibly even play for a national championship. And it seems as though you could
SEC Media Days and asked them about, having quarterbacks such as the Brian